If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.
Welcome. It is Nazzy from the Pulse of New Hampshire. Welcome to the Concord Co-op Community Connections. Joining me, as always, the man who's ready to go, Greg Lessard. Welcome, Greg. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Friday to you, Nazzy. Happy Friday to you.
And now, listen, we already got all the egg jokes and all the duck jokes out. We have got Bill joining us right now, and as you can see on your screen, it says Duck Bill. So,
yes,
Bill,
right now, right?
we like that. So now, Bill, you are a farmer. You're a duck egg farmer. Where is your farm? Let's start there. Where is your farm?
In Leominster, New Hampshire, the beautiful metropolis here. We got like a little over 1,100 people living here. So, yeah, the traffic jams are horrible. So,
with ducks, I'm sure, crossing the street. Tell us, so what does a duck farmer do besides obviously harvest eggs? What do you do? Tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a duck egg farmer.
Well, I mean, it's really quite easy. I mean, ducks are very, very self-sufficient. I mean, they like particularly this time of year. First of all, they free range. I mean, even in the winter, I let them out in the range because it's all fenced in. They're protected from, we haven't lost a single duck to a predator. Anyway, but they're very their foraging instincts and abilities are amazing. So this time of year, I don't do that much. I just make sure they have water because I won't let them into the bog. So we have pools and stuff for them here. Make sure the water's clean. And then we do make sure they have feed overnight. But during the day, they're out doing their thing. So what does a duck farmer do? I play a lot of guitar.
Well, I have quite a few questions for you. First one is, how do you get into duck farming? And then I have a follow-up question for you.
Okay, well, my wife and I, we moved out here to Leominster. And, rural. And we took out some trees because we wanted gardening and all that. But we also wanted our own eggs. So my wife is the best researcher on the face of the planet. And so she's determined that duck eggs and duck eggs from khaki Campbell ducks were our best for health reasons, for the economy, and what they do. I mean, they actually are enhancing the property that we put them out on. They're actually enhancing it. So, really? Oh yeah. I mean, well, their droppings. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And they're taking grubs out of the ground, so they chase the moles away. I mean, they'll eat the moles too, but mostly they'll be eating the grubs in the ground. But they're amazing creatures. So what do I do? Not that much. I mean, it's all behind me. I put up the fences. I built the houses for them. So I don't do that much with the ducks.
Greg, I want his job. This is I think this is what I want to do. I want to be a duck egg farmer. Bill, you've got the gig. I mean,
how much property do you have, Nazzy? And you could probably squeeze a couple ducks in. But Bill, there's a lot of people that are raising chickens on their property. Is it the same thing, and it's just a personal choice, or is there an ordinance against ducks but chickens are allowed? How does that work?
Reason why? Well, okay. As far as ordinances go, duck eggs are totally exempt from regulations. I mean, they are goose eggs, duck eggs, chicken eggs. I think it varies, depends on how many, the herd, the flock they have and all that. But we chose ducks primarily because they are disease resistant. I mean, chickens are prone to a lot more maladies than ducks are. And as I said, I mean, they're very tough little creatures. And so it's easy on us. We don't have to worry. We're not taking them to the vet. We're not needing to check to see if there's going to be problems with salmonella and that sort of thing. They just are not as susceptible. And if we do have a problem with a duck, it's really obvious because they're so robust. They're extremely energetic. So it's easy to spot. And, so no, our losses have been so. We lost one duck last year, and it was a respiratory situation. That was it.
All right. So here's my question for you, Bill. First off, how many ducks do you have right now on your property? How many ducks?
Right now, we have 18 ducks. We have 2 drakes and 16 hens.
All right.
And
Do you have names for all of them? And when you see them, do they respond to, hey, there's Donald, there's Daffy, there's Huey, Dewey, Louie. Do you have names for all your ducks?
my wife did when we had a smaller flock. We started out with 6 hens, and they all had names. Okay, and Holly, she was just able to recognize them. I mean, she's pointed out the differences, and it's so minute, and it's like, okay, but Holly knows who they are, so she still knows who the older girls are. But then we got a new batch, and it's really impossible to tell. We even tried colored tags and everything to try to, but anyway, I never really could. Okay, but Holly, she had it down to a science, and still does with our original crew.
She's the brains of the operation. I can see.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just gone.
So
I give them water, then I play my guitar. Done.
So Bill, the manager of the Concord Food Co-op's New London store brought you to my attention. So we are offering your duck eggs at the New London store, correct?
That is correct.
And so 18 birds, that's enough for you, and that's surplus that you're also selling at the Concord Food Co-op in New London.
Yes, and we also have some private customers too, because we're averaging 15 eggs every day.
Oh, boy.
And there are times that these birds will sometimes lay 2 eggs in one night. So we have been picking up 17, like yesterday, we got 17 eggs.
Wow.
Yes, it is amazing. I mean, khaki Campbells are the most productive egg layers that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Now, I've never had a duck egg, but does
that
it
was my
taste-
question of you, Nazzy?
Yes.
Have you ever had a duck egg?
I've never had a duck egg. Does
No.
it taste different than a chicken egg? I mean, what's the big difference?
Okay. Well, the yolks are larger. First of all, the overall egg is larger, depending, they like on our boxes, we mark them on, they're not sized, because we'll get eggs like this from a duck, and then we'll get eggs like that from a duck.
Some big, some small, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the yolks take up more of the egg than a chicken egg does. I mean, let's say a chicken egg is about 50% or so. Well, the yolks on a duck egg is easily 60-70%. I mean, a lot bigger, a lot richer in taste. They taste like chicken eggs, but it's a more robust, deeper flavor, and it's creamier. The yolks are actually creamier. So bakers absolutely love duck eggs. I mean, you get the best pastry out of them. I mean, it's flaky, it's all that, and there's just so many things about the eggs, and then that's not even including the health benefits. I mean, which there's plenty of health benefits.
So let's go into that a little bit too. What are the health benefits of a duck egg over a regular chicken egg?
One of the major advantages that we were attracted to is the fact that they're less acidic than chicken eggs. Because our diet, we do everything we can to avoid inflammation, because inflammation is just the cause of so many things. Anyway, first of all, the pH is different on duck eggs. They're very, very high. They're higher on omega-3s than chicken eggs. I mean, I actually have a list here of some of the benefits. I mean, like with folate, they offer a higher percentage of the daily, recommendations. Protein, they're much higher in protein than chicken eggs are.
No.
There's a lot of vitamin D, and because our ducks are outside every day. I mean, it's up to them whether they want to leave their duck house or not. It doesn't matter if it's a blizzard. They're out there if they want to be. And so the vitamin D content of our eggs are very high because of the exposure to the sun that they have,
Wow. You know what, Greg? I want to be a duck egg farmer.
I'm hearing that, Nazzy.
I don't hear one downside to it. I mean, he gets to play his guitar all day. They're very self-sufficient. My kids were like this good. They're not. I mean, come on now.
I think with just 2 ducks, you'll have breakfast every morning.
Oh, it's
for the family.
It just sounds like Bill is living the life. Bill, well, listen, we are just about out of time. Once again, we can get your eggs.
Already, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's the 10 minutes. Greg, tell us where we can find Bill's eggs.
Well, the Kearsarge Cooperative Market is right on the main street in New London. I don't know the address off the top of my head, but you go there every other day, I guess, Bill. It's right there in the downtown area of New London.
Yeah. Holly, do you have the address on that?
That's all right. They'll find it up in that in that region. And
We'll
can you make and you can make hard boiled duck eggs like you would any other egg?
I'll tell you what, deviled duck eggs, the best. I mean, they're bigger. First of all, they're bigger.
Now I want it.
Yolks creamier. I mean, yeah, and hard boiled eggs. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, you if you like hard boiled egg sandwiches with mayonnaise, oh my gosh, yes, you've got to try them.
All right. I know where I'm going this weekend. I'm going to get some of these duck eggs. Well, listen, Bill, we want to thank you so very much for joining us today, man.
Well, hey, thank you. This has been great too. All right, maybe we'll do it again, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Anytime.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Are we ready
Now-
for Lisa? Let's see. There's Lisa. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
Good, how are you?
We are great. So we've got Lisa from Wunder Budder. Now, Lisa, what can you tell us about Wunder Budder? Tell us a little bit about what that is.
It is all natural salves and lip balms.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now you're in Exeter, correct? You're located in Exeter.
Yep. Exeter, New Hampshire. Yep.
And I read a little bit of your history of your company. So you say you're a one-person show. You've done it all from start to finish, and are still, I guess, doing it all. Talk a little bit about that. What got you into it, making your products?
Well, I was living in Ireland, and I moved from Ireland to New Mexico to study herbs. And because of the change in climate, my skin just got really dry. And nothing that I found, nothing worked. And so since I was learning about herbs and oils and things, I started experimenting with making my own products. And so I came up with, this salve was my very first product. And it's, salves are normally just oil and waxes. And so this is an oil and wax infused with herbs. And also contains glycerin and honey, which help attract moisture from the air and bring it into your skin. So it's a little bit different than a traditional salve. And that was the first thing that I ever tried that worked for me.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of went on from there.
That's really cool. Now, hold up the, it was a lip balm that you were holding up a second ago too, correct?
Yep. So this is a salve. This was my first product.
That's the salve. And what was the other thing that you had?
This is one of my lip balms.
Yep.
I have 7 flavors of lip balms.
Flavor. Wait a minute. What flavors? I didn't know lip balms had flavors. What flavor is that?
Yeah, well, they're technically scents. So lip balm can be scented or flavored. These are technically scents because there's no sweetener in it. Lip balms with flavors are just scented lip balms with sugar, and it tricks your tongue into thinking that it's flavored.
I'm learning so much today. Greg, this is amazing.
So Wunder Budder is offered at the Concord Food Co-op on Main Street in Concord. So, Lisa, for listeners, why should they take this special trip into the Concord Food Co-op to pick up your product? What makes it different and unique that it's worth the drive?
Well, whoops, here we go. All of these scents, I have 7 scents, and Concord Food Co-op carries all of them. And they come in very unique scents. So when I first started making lip balm, there was a company that had really cool flavors, and I loved them as a kid, but they were not natural. And so my scents are all completely natural, and they're made with essential oils and natural extracts. So you get this like really amazing balm that just slides on, and it's so smooth, and it's not sticky, and it's really nourishing. But it also comes in all these fun scents. Like this one is called Firecracker. It's cinnamon and peppermint. I have another one that's chocolate and mint, a chai spice, a ginger, a lemongrass blend, and a tea tree eucalyptus blend, and an unscented one.
I love lemongrass. How do you create they're not flavors, but how do you create these scents? Do you have like a whole think tank of people there with you, and you kind of let them smell it and see what works, or what do you do?
Well, it's just me, and so I trained in aromatherapy, and I did a little training in natural perfumery. So I'm experienced with essential oils and how they smell and how they work together. And basically, I started off with a few scents that I thought were really fun, and then I took suggestions. So I had like the lemongrass one was a suggestion from a customer. She just really loved lemongrass, and I never thought of putting it in a balm. And that's how.
There's something soothing about lemongrass, and it's one of my favorite scents. And somehow I know lavender helps people relax, but for me, lemongrass is that flavor that just kind of brings me right back down, you know?
Nice.
Oh, someone's calling you.
No, it's my dishwasher.
Oh, sure.
Gotta
get the dishes, Greg. Gotta get the dishes.
So where does Wunder Budder go from here? What's your next steps? Or you're a growing company. You've been around for you said about 10 years or so. So what's in the works?
Well, my future plan is to become a national company, but I am just one person, and so I do have to grow in a very slow, controlled manner so that I can keep up with it and just hire people when the time is right. So my future plans is just keep growing slow and steady, and just get Wunder Budder out to as many people as I can.
I think it sounds great. And of course, like Greg said, it is available at the co-op. Give out your website so we can find out more, because I imagine we can order your products online and you'll mail them to us, correct?
Yep.
All right,
it's www.wunderbudder.com. And so Wunder Budder is WUNDERBUDDER.
Where'd you come up with that name?
That was just sitting around with my cousin and trying to think of how to describe the salve, and it came up as a wonderful butter, and like it works wonders on everything, and so the spelling was just kind of a play on just wonder and butter, so it just kind of looked nicer next to each other. It
is fun to say Wunder Budder, BUDDER, because you don't want it to be butter, because it's not butter. People will try and eat it. You know, you can't do that, right?
And Lisa's products are also available on the Concord Food Co-op's eShop as well. So the Concord store is completely online on our eShop at concordfoodcoop.coop, and you can see all of her products and order right through the co-op online as well, and just pick them up.
Excellent. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you
continued
for
success. Continued. All right. So, Greg, in the last minute that we have here, we've got to talk about something special coming up tomorrow. This is it. We've been waiting for this for so long. The talent show. Please tell us how it's going, and there are tickets available, correct?
Yes, there are still tickets available for the Concord Coalition to End Homeless talent show tomorrow, May 5th, Bank of New Hampshire stage. Tickets are available. You can get them through the Capital Center for the Arts, $35 per ticket. And ticket price comes with complimentary apps from O Steaks and Seafood in the Concord Food Co-op, and there's a cash bar. So show starts at 7, but you can go to the lounge and enjoy the apps and the cash bar from 7 to 8. You can also watch it online at the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness website on the homepage. It's live streamed in Concord TV for channel 22 for Comcast customers. Can also watch the show on Concord TV as well. 7 great acts. You can go to the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness website and see the acts. It starts off with Dan, the one-man band. He's playing 2 different guitars and drums and singing. Awesome. Followed by a young brother-sister team that's doing a tap dance routine, very energized. There's flying dog acts. It's just a great show. Well worth spending your Saturday evening watching, either at the theater or on live streamed.
That's awesome. And did you decide what your act is going to be? Did you decide if you're going to be spinning plates? What are we doing?
There wasn't time. I was really close to being one of the 7 contestants, but I didn't make it. The competition was that tight.
The show would have run too long.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, this is a win-win because you know what? No matter who wins the show, the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness, they're the ones that are going to win tomorrow. So please be part of that. Greg, listen, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank Lisa. I want to thank Bill. And we'll see you next time for the Concord Co-op Community Connections.
Great. Thank you, Nazzy. Have a great weekend.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.